Welcome, Kalos ήρθατε to the beautiful island of Kalymnos located in the southern Aegean Sea. This is my home away from home. Kalymnos is located about 30 minutes from Kos and several hours from Rhodes by ferry. It is accessible by plane from Athens. Kalymnos is known for its rich sponge diving history and most recently has become a popular rock climbing destination due to its topography. My grandfather was actually a sponge diver, and he used to travel for months at a time in a small wooden boat to North Africa, the surrounding areas. He would free dive using the skalandopetra. Later in life, he assisted in suiting up the divers that used the hard hats and managed the lines. He used to drink water out of rusty pails and survive for months in the brutal sun eating dry bread, and sometimes there was even maggots in it, but they were just so strong, these people. They really endured a lot of pain and suffering to bring sponges to the whole entire world before the artificial sponge existed. The love for the ocean, I would say, has definitely been passed down from my grandfather. And Kalymnos is an amazing place to visit. The seafood's great, beautiful views and sunsets. There's a wonderful nightlife, beautiful churches, and crystal clear blue waters. Alright, this is where the fun begins. The beautiful clear water that I'm telling you about in Kalymnos. It's amazing, amazing. The structure is just out of this world. The rocks, it looks like an underwater city when you're diving there. Right in front of there, it looks like there's almost like steps coming up. So here I'm using an 80 centimeter wooden gun that was custom made by Concetto Felice. He's been on the Italian national spearfishing team. That's my favorite gun to use here in the States, in New England. And in this video I'm using a Bluetech Raptor 110 centimeter. It's a monoblock gun that I set up typically with three 14 millimeter bands. And I try to keep them at 300 to 320% stretch. This is probably the most accurate gun that I've ever used. It feels totally weightless in the water, and I've tried different setups: 6.75 shaft, 7 millimeter. In Greece, I try to use a thinner shaft because it's quicker. The fish are really quick, and they will try to dodge a shaft if they can see it coming. So here I was able to shoot a Sargos at a distance. They are a pretty delicious fish here in the Mediterranean, and I would say they're moderately challenging compared to most species. And as they get bigger, I think they get harder to hunt. So you'll see that on this drop I encounter a larger Sargos, and I had an 80 centimeter, this is the 80 centimeter gun that I was using earlier, and this guy was out of range. I noticed him at the last minute in the seaweed, and my reaction was poor. I decided to chase him, and that was not the right strategy. That never works in Greece. And then I turned and saw some parabunya. These are mullet fish. They're really good. Tried to shoot one and totally missed, and had to swim back up to the surface to do a breathe out.
Who is it? Just be ready.
In this clip, I'm using one of my favorite techniques in Greece for spearfishing, where I start off really shallow and swim down to a deeper depth while using cover in front of me. So I'm using that rock as cover so the fish cannot see me, and then when I get to the rock, I peek out, pretending to be like an octopus, and this kind of sparks the curiosity of the fish. I hide behind the rock and then peek out again, hide behind, peek out. I again am using an 80 centimeter spear gun in very clear water, And these fish spook really easy, so I have to do my best to bring them to me. And this is how I do it. I scratch the rocks, I grunt, whatever works to lure that fish in. In this clip, you'll see me shooting 2 lionfish with 1 shot, doing my best to manage this invasive species which has made its way to the Aegean. Many more of these fish in Kalamata when I was there previously. Kalymnos, the water is a little cooler. I haven't seen quite as many, but I'm sure that will change the next time I visit.